On December 29th, 2019, a bad man walked into a Texas church with the intent of murdering tons of innocent worshipers. He walked to the front of the room and pulled out a gun. He was only able to kill 2 innocent people until he was met with a single gunshot wound to the head from an armed churchgoer in the back of the room. After the shooting, you can see in the video streamed by the West Freeway Church of Christ on December 29th, 2019, several more members of the church rushing towards the deceased suspect with their guns drawn. Without these citizens who choose to rightfully and lawfully carry, this situation could have turned out much worse with several more casualties than 2 people. Hi, I am Tyler Vandewater, and ever since I could walk, I have been around guns. My father is currently a sheriff's deputy and has been one for 24 years. He went to work every day with a gun at his side and a gun at his ankle. I won't say I was desensitized to guns, I was just around them all of the time. However, as soon as I could understand the risks of what a gun was and what it was capable of, I was taught gun safety and gun safety protocols. This goes for everyone in my rural Iowa community. People use guns to hunt, shoot at the range, and high school trap sports. Gun violence was simply not an issue. What I am trying to say is guns have different meanings for different people. My use for guns is completely different than someone else's. One thing I think everyone can agree on is that guns are dangerous and need to be taken seriously, and everyone has different reasons for them. I am here to tell you today why you should be voting to keep the Second Amendment in the Bill of Rights. My biggest point to the Second Amendment is self-defense. According to Mark W. Smith of Fee.com, who is a constitutional attorney and author, on average, 67,740 people will use their gun in self-defense per year. Can you imagine how many innocent people would be defenseless if the Second Amendment is no longer? Or use a scenario that's been presented to the world as of recent times. You are in a large gathering or a protest, and the police can't get to you. You have no other way to protect yourself. We saw this exact situation play out earlier this year. Guns are very effective and can save lives if used the right way. How can you get involved? You can vote. Voting is the easiest way. But don't just focus on the presidential election. Focus on the House of Representatives and the Senate race. This is just as important. Of course, it all comes back to the president, but laws have to start somewhere. Donald Trump is the answer to the gun vote, according to Jason Omet of AmericasFirstFreedom.com, who is executive director of the NRA. President Trump has earned the gun vote by keeping his promises to America's firearm owners and proving time after time that he is a trusted ally to the Second Amendment. President Trump also made his stance on the Second Amendment clear when he nominated Justice Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. Justice Kavanaugh had the strongest record on the Second Amendment than any other candidates. And lastly, when COVID hit this past year, President Trump made sure firearm stores remained open by identifying them as critical infrastructure and never infringed on America's Second Amendment right to bear arms. If guns are an important issue to you, you need to vote for President Trump in the upcoming election on November 3rd. By voting for President Trump in this upcoming election, you will be helping uphold the Second Amendment and making people's lives safer. By doing this, you will be keeping America a great place to live, be safe, and to raise a family. Thank you.